everyone. I thought I would just spend a few minutes talking to you about November. We're almost through the month of November, but I'm thinking that it was a really tough month for you, as well as for a lot of other people. Why was November so tough, and how do you kind of survive the upcoming month of December? So there are a lot of things to keep in mind. November is probably where that lack of sleep, you're probably sleeping a little bit less every single day, and it's now catching up to you. And from a physiological standpoint, when you're feeling tired all the time, anything that stresses you out is going to seem like it's magnified, and it is going to impact how you are dealing with decision making and other things. It's also a really weird time in November. So you kind of remember everything that you did in the summer, all that fun that you had, and you're thinking about what you're going to do during the December break, but you have to get through this weird month where it's really dark gray in November, and your mind is trying to adapt to both what you remember as good times and what you're hoping will be good times, and you're struggling to get through that period right now. Your friends that you've been talking to are also really busy, so they're less available. So you have less people that you can actually interact with, and your friends are probably telling you that you'll talk to them later, and that also makes it a big challenge for you as well as for everyone else. You're probably also indoors more often. I know that I've been indoors a lot more often, and that means that you're probably sitting down more often rather than being active. And that lack of activity, that lack of physical movement, or just being outdoors where you are exposed to like more sunlight as well as fresh air, is also going to be impacting you a lot more during the month of November than it did back in September or in October. Again, less light now in November, longer nights, which means that you're probably spending more of that trying to study because you have those longer nights. All of these things are starting to add up in this month of November. Probably also not eating as well as you did at the beginning of September, October when school started. So all of these things, again, cumulative effects that are catching up to you. There's a lot more too, from a psychological point of view, not just a physiological point of view. You're starting to also stress about those final assessments, and they're probably always at the back of your mind. And it's probably also not just those assignments, but also your applications. So some of you are in third and fourth year. You're thinking about what you need to do in the summer, whether you want to apply for a research position or you want to apply for graduate school. All of those constant stresses and worries are now starting to catch up to you as well. Hunting down those reference letters, so you'll have to check out the other video that I've uploaded for you as well. It's not easy, and it's really a challenge right now in trying to track down references, and that's also a cause of concern as well as a psychological stress for many of you as well. There are lots of small things that you need to do that you hadn't encountered earlier on in the semester. So those little quizzes that have been piling up, those little writing assignments that you've been putting off, all of those small things that you need to do, applications, writing emails, all of those small things are now catching up to you as well as to everyone else. And then that also leads to the fear of forgetting something, that is also a source of stress for many students, as well as for faculty, as well as for your TAs at this point in time as well. So how do you get past all of this, or is it possible for you to get past all of this? I'd like to think that you have at least 10 minutes a day where you can sort of sit, plan, and think about what you need to do, and to make realistic sort of checklists for you to be able to feel like you're accomplishing things and that you're moving forward. So make sure that you're spending at least 10 minutes a day thinking about this. I'd also like you to think a little bit about talking to other individuals, whether it's your prof, whether it's someone who is your college registrar, whether it's an undergraduate advisor. Just talking through your problems with someone else goes a really long way to trying to help you through this really rough month, and then also into December as well. If you are not able to live your life in the margins, so if you're literally going from meeting to meeting, class to class, and you have like no spare time at all, you don't have any margins built into your life, that becomes an issue too. So live your life a little bit in the margins. If you really feel like you can't spare about 30 minutes a day, getting out and doing something that you enjoy, whether it's just getting outside for a while, having coffee with your friends, spending a little bit of time watching your favorite Netflix show, just 30 minutes though, not the entire show, and don't watch everything at once. But if you don't have 30 minutes a day, that's a problem. And it's something that should be a wake-up call for you that November isn't going that well for you. So I hope that 30 minutes a day is something that all of us can do. So walk, talk to other people, make sure that you are getting encouragement. Don't just sit there, don't be a rock. November's a tough month, but we'll get through it together, and we'll look forward to what happens after we get through the month of November. All right, so that's all I have for you, everyone. I hope that you stay well, and that I hope that December treats you a lot better than November.